Hey guys, Zumo here. Welcome back. Long time no see. I probably hadn't made a video in I don't know how long. I'd have to check my stats. It's been a while. Um, I originally started this channel to kind of spotlight my BN20 ownership, and then also my graphic design stuff and other things like that. I do all this stuff part time. This is not my day job. I have a day job that I have a 9 to 5 that I go to every day that keeps me from doing this full time. But I kind of wanted to give an update since I've had this machine. I've had it. I was just trying to figure it out here. I've had it for almost. I have had it for 4 years now. This past November was the fourth year that I've had it. So I'm working on my fifth year now. All in all, I haven't had too many issues with it. I have the BN20 with the option for white ink. However, my white ink has dried up. Well, I assume my lines are dried up or clogged up. It's been within this past year. I just don't print enough things to use the white ink, and I'm not too concerned about it. I have noticed that in the past, when it started to dry up, I feel like it doesn't use all the ink in the white ink cartridge. I feel like when the cartridge gets about halfway, it starts running thin, and it just doesn't come out. And I've kind of always had issues with the white on this. I was supposed to get it replaced, the whole printer replaced at one point, because I was having so many issues with white ink. Um, I had the techs out here when it was under warranty, and they were looking at it, and I had it. It was all set to be replaced, but it never happened. I never followed up on it. They never contacted me, so it never happened. But it actually started printing again, so I didn't worry about it. I will probably buy another white cartridge eventually and try to uh, run a bunch of cleaning sessions on it to see if I can get it to come back. But again, there's really only one thing I print, one project. There's a few projects that I print that have white ink that I don't really need. It's a real niche type product that I don't really print a lot of. Most thing I print are stickers like these. So not to ramble on, just to kind of talk about my experience in the last 4 years. So like I said, this is not my day job. I use this as a side gig. So I'm only as busy as I want to be. That's what I always tell everybody. They'll ask me if I have time to make some decals if I'm too busy, and I go, nope. I'm only as busy as I want to be. So if you're looking to use this for your main source of income, I wouldn't count on it. This is not a this machine, in my opinion, is just enough to get you into what it's like to make these stickers. If you really want to produce these stickers and make money nowadays, you got to have the big machines, the big setup. This is just, to me now, this is more like a hobbyist type machine. And it's like, again, if you watch my first video from when I first got the video, I talk about how it actually isn't really easy to get into doing this. Learning how to send a job to the printer and get it to print and make a sticker, that's easy. But designing a sticker in Illustrator, setting it up, setting up the cut line, setting up all that other stuff is not something that's easily learned. It's just like if you work in an office, it's just like sending a document to the printer to get printed, like a Word document and just a regular printer. That's the easy part. The hard part is getting it to print out the way you want it to print out. And I know that's a whole another subject that I could ramble on about, but I kind of wanted to go over the pros and cons of, for me, in my experience of owning this printer for the past 4 years. So I'll start with the cons, and I already talked about it before. Is the white has seemed to dry it up, and again, that doesn't really bug me too much. A lot of the things I print um, don't need the white anyway. I'm printing on white decals. If I print clear, I had a clear project here. If I print on clear, it's going to be black, and then like these are going to go on some wheels. There's some disc that go on some wheels on a car. So I'm gonna I've got it set up to be I'm gonna laminate it because this is just the first print. I'm just gonna put another clear over it, and then I'm do a perf cut and cut it out, and that way they'll be laminated clear decals they can stick on the card. That's pretty much what I'm using the clear for. I don't need the white for that. I'll even put color, print color, even though it prints it transparent like on the clear. It looks cool. I mean, sometimes you can use it on mirror decals or other color backing decal, stack it up. You know, dude, be creative. So the white kind of dries up on me, which again, that doesn't bother me. If as far as printing stickers for people, so like this little stack of stickers, I had somebody contact me, word of mouth, knew I made these. I'm into mini bikes. I've got another channel where I talk about mini bikes, and these guys will contact me, want me to reproduce decals that you can't get anymore, and that's what this is. So I'll get little jobs like that. So this gentleman, he really only wanted one decal, but sometimes if you're printing 20 inches wide or however wide, you know, you're going to use the whole space. I'm actually printing on a smaller piece that I've cut. I'm printing on this roll because this started out as a, is it a 50? What row? You can get two 20s and then a 10-inch on the end. So yeah, it's a 50-inch wide roll. So I'll cut two 20-inch, have it cut down to two 20-inch rolls, and then this is the scrap, and then I actually take it outside with my miter saw and I trim it so it'll work through the printer. So that's a whole nother video. I'm sure y'all have probably seen that. But I'll print on those. Like as you can see, I printed one little die cut decal out of there. Yeah, it takes longer because you're only printing on that little section. The way the printer runs, you know, it prints all the way across the whole 20-inch section. Roll. You get more decals, but again, I'm not in a rush. This is more of a hobby for me. So, what I'm trying to get to is nowadays anybody can go online and get as many stickers they want, super cheap. There's a lot more companies out there now that offer, 25 stickers for $10 or whatever it is. I think Sticker Mule. I don't know what Sticker Mule's current special is, but they've got Sticker Mule. Now that I've gone to the website, I'm going to be bombarded with their ads. I mean, sometimes they'll have on Facebook and Instagram or TikTok or wherever it is that you're on, and it'll show that they've got 100 stickers for $29.99. It's just too easy for people to go out and get stickers now. So it's really, if you're buying this to do something like this, like Sticker Mule does, it's going to be tough. Unless you have the connections and the clientele already set up. If you already got that set up, then you're good to go. But again, you got to hustle. Just like anything else, your hard work is going to pay off. If you hustle and let a lot of people know that you can make these decals, then you're going to make money with it. But that is a con. If you think that you're just going to get out and start printing decals for everybody, they're already comparing you to these people. So keep that in mind. So for me, I have a little niche group of people that I use. I have an Etsy page where I make specific decals for car restorations, bicycle restorations, mini bike restorations. That's kind of my niche that I've gotten into, and that's how I make a little bit of side money, not much. So that's a con. The other con is there's a lot more people. I live in a major metropolitan area, and there are a lot more people with these machines and other types of machines that print the same kind of decals. So they advertise on Facebook, anywhere online. They're out there, and I'm not really trying to compete with those folks because, like I said, I have my word of mouth connections and people that I use close to me already, so I don't really worry about that. But the folks out there, that's something you got to think about. The machines have gone down drastically in price. My whole setup, when I first got it, I spent with ink and materials and all that. It was right around 7,000 just to get it home in the door running to print something, and that was 4 years ago. And that was because I had the white ink. I had the extra slot for the white ink. I think now you can get them for. I went to Roland today. What you can get the regular BN20 for what 38.45. So that's just the printer itself. When you start adding your inks, your materials, and the things, you're probably going to get close to $4,000 or $5,000. So probably $5,000 once you get the taxes. I'm pretty sure it's going to get up there, and that's the BN20A. Um, I'm not even looking at the other ones. What's the BN2 series? I hadn't even looked at that those. I mean, those are 10, 7, and $10,000. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, and you can basically do the same thing you can with this one. So I mean, if you're just trying to get one just to learn, I would recommend just get the BN20A or find a used one that's clean and running. Um, if if I could go back, I probably still would have got the new one, but I think we're on the tail end of the technology of that one when it because it came out I think in 2011. It's been out a long time. It was due for an upgrade for the BN2 series. Um, so there's too many other folks that have them around. If you live in a smaller area, then maybe you might be the only one with one. That's a con. Another con is my day job. Is meaning I really don't have a lot of time to focus on to use it as much as I would want if I was trying to make a lot of money with it. Uh, and actually, I've been able to incorporate it into my day job. Sometimes when I work in the construction industry, and sometimes they'll want a specific sticker for a piece of equipment, and they don't know where to get it, or they'll want some sort of safety stickers. Oh, look at that. That's the BN20. The roll inside is bugging me. Uh, they'll want stickers for specific projects, handouts, hard hat stickers, things like that. And then I'll make those, and then I just charge them. I have a little worksheet that I use that I can bill them, and I can make my money off it. Am I trying to make a lot of money off my own company? No, but if I can get something quick, because usually I can turn it around within 24 hours, I'll do that. But even my company uses sticker mill. I mean, we have 500 plus employees, and when we need stickers, sometimes I just don't have time to make them, so we go through sticker mill. Um, so that's most of my cons. There's for me again personally because it's a hobby. There's really not too many cons for me. It stays running. It doesn't go down. I typically print something at least once a week. I leave it plugged in, turned on. I run the clean cycles. I do the manual cleaning. Um, Everything. I mean, it prints clear pretty much all the time. I am in the Facebook groups where I see people complaining about it um, not printing right or leaving streaks, and it's usually just simple things that you're doing that you need to just kind of step back, take a breath, make sure you're got it set up, and you should be good to go. Pros. So some of the pros are I can make anything I want when I want. If I want to make stickers for um, my wife's a big party planner as far as birthday parties for friends, baby showers, things like that. I make a lot of little decals for baby showers for what is it? The goodie bags and little gifts that you give out on when somebody comes to your kid's birthday party. I've got grandkids now, or a grandkid. I got another one on the way. We had her baby shower, and we handed out little thank you stickers on, little cookie boxes. We put cookies in the boxes, and we put little thank you stickers on. We passed them. A lot of times, when the people that come to these parties, they see that, they think it's cute. They ask, "Where'd you get them?" I tell them I made them. Boom, there's another business, and I'm probably making 2 dozen stickers, and that's probably about, you know, my jobs like that small usually average around 30 35 bucks for like 2 dozen stickers. And that would include me designing and setting them up because I am a graphic designer. I can design the sticker. Sometimes they'll come with their own image, but so that's cool. That's a plus. My Etsy page, I have an Etsy page. I don't have it pulled up right now, but I do have an Etsy page, and like I said before, I have some specific niche type products that I offer on there. Um, they're mostly for cars and mini bikes, vintage mini bikes. Um, my page is called Replica Decals and Designs. So my little logo is an R with a D on the end on the top. like a squared symbol, and I just have just a few things on there, and I probably I make a little money on that throughout the months. Not a lot, but it's enough to supply my other hobbies. But it's cool to be able to do that, to be able to make stuff and put them on Etsy and sell that. Um, the other thing is, another pro is I've been able to hook up with my local school district. I have the booster club for the football team has a store, and I can put a lot of my products in that store. And most of my products aren't stickers; it's going to be T-shirt designs. I I'll design things for shirts like this right here, and I'll put it on the shirt, and I'll get the shirt printed, and I hang it in their store, and I sell that, and I make money off of that. Um, but I don't use my BN20 to print the transfers. I did at first, but I have since switched to a DTF printer that's here local that I can get a roll of these designs printed, and I can make my shirts here at home with my heat press. This is machine for printing shirts. I just don't see it as super effective. I'll print one every now and then here and there, for friends, some one-off type jobs. But for mass like this spirit store that I'm doing, that I help out with, I'll print 2 dozen shirts. I send it off to get DTF printed, and then I bring it home and I transfer it to the shirt myself. So this is kind of what I'm doing. This is a DTF transfer. I'll put the town football name, and then I have the logo separately that I'll stick on the shirt and have it printed. DTF to me has just become just easier to use. Colors are okay. It's a little bit softer. It feels more like screen print on the shirt, maybe a little bit, in my opinion. And I've done real well with that, and I've made a lot of money that way. Um, DTF, so like something like this, I can get on a 22 by, I think it's a 22-inch wide by 36, I believe, or not 36, by 24. I mean, it's 2 feet, and I can get, you know, sometimes I can get a dozen on there, and it's only $6 or $7 for that sheet. And then I'm selling the shirts from anywhere from 20 to 25 bucks a piece. So I mean, I'm making some good money. And those t-shirts you buy them for $2 and $3 a piece. So my profit is pretty good on t-shirts. So um, I don't use the BN20 to print t-shirts. But the pro about that I was talking about was being connected to the school. And then again, word of mouth through that. People wonder where the shirts come from. They tell them I make them. And then like, hey, I need 12 shirts for my kids' basketball team. And then I'll make shirts for that. And again, I'm sending those off to be printed DTF. I'm not using my printer for that. The only time I use it is if somebody needs a rush shirt. I tell them I can get it to them in 24 hours, and they'll pay for it though. I mean, I'll charge 35, 40 bucks for one t-shirt. Anywhere like 25 to 35 bucks for one t-shirt. Just a basic t-shirt that I'm paying $2 or $3 for, and then my one design on there, and then on the front, and then I tell them it's ready the next day. So that's kind of a cool thing. That's as far as pros go. That's it. I mean, I talked about doing stuff for my day job. I get extra money that way with that. But for me personally, this machine, I use it on more personal projects. So the benefit for me is just being able to make decals for anything that projects that I'm working on, specifically t-shirts, or like I said, those mini bike restorations. I mean, I've been able to make decals for those bikes, my own bikes that I work on, other projects, bicycles. This is a Schwinn decal that I made for bicycles. Just all that type of stuff. But as far as printing out decals like Sticker Mule and all those other folks like that, I'm not doing that much of work. It's just I don't have the time for that, and again, I don't have the client base, the customer base for that. The machine did pay for itself probably within the first year that I had it, because of the work with the school and all the little side work jobs that I would get, the word of mouth jobs. I was able to probably get my money back from the machine. I have switched to buying inks. I don't buy the rolling inks no more. I get the Jet Best inks, and they work just as good. I mean, these were printed off jet vests, and works just. I have one EcoSol Max left, and that's this one I'm going to replace. I've been using the other jet vest inks and saving my money that way. If you look at my page, I've got a video on how to clean the waste tank. I bought one extra waste tank, so now I have two, and I just rotate those out and clean those, and so I don't ever have to buy any more waste tanks. And then the material, I just get it, different places online. I think it's Grimco now is the company. They bought the other company I was using, and luckily for me, everything's here is local, so I can get it myself local. I can pick it up, so I don't have to pay shipping, so that helps out. But that's how it's been for me these last 4 years. That's my experience. I just wanted to share it with you guys, kind of give you a little update. I am going to start doing some more videos on how to do other things as far as designing goes, specifically using Google Gemini. I made this decal. There was one decal I couldn't remember I made using a photo of something I had, and I made this decal. Here it is right here on the screen right there. I took a picture of an object, which is it's a big statue that our school uses here in town. Put it into Gemini, asked it to do a few things, and then finally ended up with this. So I'm going to make a video on how to do that and post it up after this one, but I've already got a picture of my little dog in there, so I'm going to do something quick. I'm not going to do it on this video, but check back maybe in a day or so and I'll have it up, because Gemini has really helped out as far as designing things. Even though I am a graphic designer, I use Gemini and other AI tools like that to help me design things for small projects. But that's all I got. I appreciate you guys watching. If you made it this far, I mean, I rambled, but a lot of people find stuff like this interesting. So I just thought I would share with you guys. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. And please like and subscribe to my page. I've noticed I've gotten a few more subscribers the last few days or months, and I just thought I'd make a video for those new folks and old folks alike. So later.